Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Tomorrowman Podcast. I'm Andrew Orozco. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. On Instagram and Facebook, it's at Tomorrowman Podcast. On Twitter, at Tomorrowman Pod. In this episode, I'm joined by my friend Dylan Tyler. We talk about him living in San Luis Obispo, his beginnings and journey through tattooing, traveling, music in his experimental solo project, working retail together, getting older, and much more. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Hope you guys enjoy the song. This one is called And That's It, inspired by Dylan. Stick around after the episode to hear the whole song. Hope you guys enjoy the episode, and thank you for listening to Tomorrowman Podcast. So how long you been living in San Luis Obispo?
I just moved there about 3.5 months ago.
Were you living anywhere else before that?
Yeah, I've kind of been bouncing around a lot. Obviously I was in the Los Angeles area for a while, and then I moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico to help run a shop out there and kind of like,
I think I remember seeing some of that on your Instagram or something.
Yeah. It was cool. I definitely have a love for that place. I think it's a beautiful state, and everyone out there is really cool and friendly. But business-wise, it wasn't really like the best decision for me.
Why not?
Just the economy out there is very different, so people don't really have the money to spend on quality work. I kind of felt like I was getting lowballed a lot for tattoos that could have been worth a lot more. And so it kind of would leave a little sour taste in my mouth,
After a while, just decided to come back this way?
Yeah, exactly. So I left everything on good terms over there and everything, but it was just like, there was that, and there was like some stuff going on in my family. I had a family member pass away.
Sorry.
And so I had to come out here for a funeral, and then also like a couple other personal family members were having issues with certain things, so I just wanted to be close by and kind of like help out,
Yeah.
instead of like talking from 2 states away.
It's always difficult.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
There's only so much Skype you can do.
Yeah, I wasn't even doing that. I was like maybe FaceTime once in a while, but like phone calls and texts, it just didn't do it. I'd rather be sitting somewhere next to them, just like being there.
And where you're at now, you pretty much feel like you're gonna lock yourself in there for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there for a while. I've been coming up to Tiger Rose Tattoo in Pismo Beach for the last like couple years. I'd go periodically back and forth for like guest spots, or because I made really good friends with everyone there, they would hit me up if they needed a shift covered if they were going out of town to work somewhere else. So it always was like another home to me pretty much. It was like, it was always just comfortable and familiar, and I always had a good time. And then I was working in Venice Beach when I came back here from New Mexico for a little bit, and then I was just really having a hard time like finding a shop that I really liked. And the last shop I worked at, I just didn't really work out.
And what style tattoo do you mainly like to focus on?
Well, my preferred style is the American traditional style.
What is it about that style that really drawn you to it?
Well, being a kid and looking at tattoos back then, I always that was like the style that I saw. It was like the style that bikers had, sailors, like old criminals, stuff like that. And
you always kind of gravitated towards that.
Yeah, I just really fell in love with how bold everything was, and it just looked like a tattoo to me. Obviously you saw like tribal tattoos and shit like that in the 90s and all that too, and yeah, that stuff's cool, I guess, too. But there was just something very captivating about that style. And then as I got older and started falling into tattooing, and I started learning the history behind it, everything, it just kind of like really resonated with me even more.
When did you first start tattooing? How old are you?
Well, when I first got into tattooing, I was 17. I had an apprenticeship, which is the proper way to get into tattooing. It was a hard, long period of my life, and there was a lot of struggle, and I'm super grateful for it because it taught me a lot.
Did you mess up on a lot of bodies?
No, I mean, in the beginning, kinda. I'm not gonna lie. There was definitely mistakes.
Like what?
Oh fuck. Just being green to something, so it's like everyone's skin's different, so like I'm like thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna like get in this and fucking nail it, and like I pull that first line and like half of it's there, half of it's not, and I'm like fuck, so I have to like go over it again.
Oh,
You know, or like
and they're there, they're just dying. Right?
yeah, or like people just moving a lot, and so like the line work is just fucked, and so like I have to cover it up with all sorts of shading that shouldn't be there and shit like that.
What do you do also when I guess now when they do shake? Like what sort of tricks do you?
I mean, just
Do you just kind of lift up the needle and wait till they're done?
kinda, yeah. Like over like the last, I've been tattooing for almost 7 years now professionally. Yeah, over the course of like that time, I've learned to kind of like really be able to read somebody's body language. So I'm pretty good about reading when somebody's gonna twitch or like when they're gonna move, especially if I'm doing like really sensitive areas like the ribs, chest, stomach, feet, lower legs, inner arm, just anywhere I can go. Like I just learned to kind of like
Yeah.
time that in a sense. Yeah.
And so you said you started around 17, right? Is when you
Yeah,
had your
17 was my apprenticeship era, and then I finished that around age 19. So 2 years under an apprenticeship, and then kind of was in limbo for a bit because my apprenticeship ended on a very bad note, unfortunately. The shop I was working at actually got shut down, and so I had no contacts in tattooing, and I didn't really know what to do from there.
Oh, you didn't know anybody else?
No, I didn't know anybody else, and like I felt like I just wasn't good enough for any shop or anything like that. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, it kind of sucks. So I was kind of stuck for a while. So I would just like work normal jobs, retail, food service, grocery,
Yeah.
construction, all that shit. And then on my spare time, I would draw, paint, and just like keep studying, keep learning about tattooing.
You weren't tattooing like say out your room or anything like that during that
Well,
time?
yeah. So later, when I started making a little extra cash, I would buy supplies and I would just tattoo like friends. And of course, those tattoos were fucking garbage because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But my friends were stoked because they were like, "Cool, free tattoo! Oh yeah, you know."
Yeah.
And then, yeah, So after a while, it kind of, I would get tattooed by different artists. I would save up money and get tattooed by someone I looked up to or someone that I just thought was good, and kind of pick their brain while I was getting tattooed. Just ask them questions, but not try to be like too prying pretty much. Just trying to keep things,
Yeah.
like,
You don't want to word them out or anything.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to be like, hey, I'm trying to like take tips from you, but know. But yeah, it was, and then I would kind of like apply that to like, or I wouldn't even ask questions sometimes. I would just watch them. Like if it was like a part of my body I can look at, I would just watch every single move they made, everything they did with their setup, like everything, just to kind of like really take it, you know. And then of course apply the knowledge that I learned from my apprenticeship, added to that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, over the years things just got better and better. Like my tattoos were looking more decent.
Oh yeah, they look pretty fucking good, I gotta say.
Well,
I mean,
thank you.
You could see a lot of it over on your Instagram, right?
Yeah,
Would that be the best place to see it?
Yeah, it's all on Instagram.
What is it?
Instagram is DTyler Tattooer.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, really good. Your colors and your line work is like I could see very solid, dude.
Thank you. It's taken a lot of practice.
I would
for sure.
imagine I can't do any of that. I don't even want to attempt.
Yeah. I think I owe a lot of that though to just traveling a lot over the last few years.
Yeah.
I've learned so much from the people I've gotten to work alongside of in different states and cities.
Do you see that every experience? So you're seeing it as every city you've been in is an experience you kind of take with you, whether it was good or bad.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's all a learning experience in the end of the day,
Do you ever feel that way in the moments, like say, like right now, if you're having like a real bad moment at work? Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, of course. It's very humbling sometimes to have a bad day. Just kind of, I finish what I'm doing and I take a step back and I kind of try to tell myself, well, tomorrow's a new day, so what I learned from today I can apply to tomorrow and hopefully make it a better day.
Yeah.
You know?
It's difficult, but we
It
all
is.
try.
It is. I'm going to crack this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this, but this is Lef or Leffe. Leffe.
I think it's Leffe or something. Isn't it? It's a Belgian beer, you know?
Oh, it's Faye.
It's good shit.
Faye.
It's good shit.
Ah, Dylan. And for those of you who don't know, if you're just tuning in to Tomorrowman podcast, I'm with my very good friend, Dylan Tyler. He is a very exceptional tattoo artist, as well as just a very good friend, man. We haven't really hung out in,
It's been years, man.
It's been years.
It's been like 5 or 6 years. I think, the last time I saw you was like my first real year of dabbling into like getting into professional tattooing.
Yeah.
It was before I started working in Long Beach and San Pedro and all that.
And then just that little reach out on that Instagram story, I was like, just do an episode?
Yeah, man. Why not? I'm here.
Why not? Yeah, exactly.
It's my night off.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah.
I'm always feeling like I'm working too, you know?
Fuck
like
yeah.
trying to get shit like this up or work on music or...
I feel you. I'm constantly just trying to go. That's why I travel and do what I do.
That's cool, man.
Just trying to get my name out there.
You definitely are. You definitely are.
Working on it. Work in progress.
But yeah, I definitely want to get some work from you.
Yeah, man.
I got, as you can see, plenty of room everywhere, so just got to decide where to put it. But other than tattooing,
Mm-hmm.
what is another passion that you're kind of pursuing right now?
I mean, I'm a musician, you know it.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to kind of stay relevant in that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, you're not playing in a band right now, right?
No. I've been doing like I've been working on like kind of an experimental solo project recently. Excuse me. Ooh, jeez.
Oh, dude.
Hey.
Lovely.
Ooh, bubbly.
Is it I mean, could you define it in any kind of genre or style, or is it just everything's a little
Yeah,
bit?
so it's kind of like I kind of want to do like a kind of collective kind of thing. So I want to collaborate with different experimental artists that I kind of network with on Instagram. A lot of it's kind of ambient noise based or just like post rock. So mainly,
we gotta get together and make some shit.
yeah, I'm super down.
We gotta do it.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to do like mainly instrumental stuff, maybe like some vocal here and there, but
Yeah,
kind of more just like a drone meditation kind of bass kind of thing where it's
that's cool, man.
yeah, something you get really stoned to and just ride.
What program do you use to record? Or
Right now I'm working with Ableton Live.
yeah,
Just real simple.
I know it's a good one.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah,
I got it for free. I hacked it.
Oh, really? You got a crack? That's
I cracked
cool.
it. Yeah.
I had cracked Reason for like the longest years ago. But
Reason's great.
yeah, I have Reason 10 now. It's fucking disgusting. It's so good. Millie, right?
Lily, yeah.
Oh, Lily.
Yes, that's a girl.
Lily or Millie?
Lily.
Oh, I have a dog, Lily, the Chihuahua. She's so cute.
I remember that dog.
The beagle?
Yeah. Was that dog around when I went to your house that time?
She
Jay?
might have been.
Yeah.
She still's the same damn size though. She's about maybe a sixth the size of your dog.
Yeah, she's freaking small for a beagle though.
Yeah.
She's like half the size of a normal beagle.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Her ears aren't that big.
No, she's
Cute.
She's a cute little lumpy weirdo, you know.
Yeah, I got a pretty old dog in my house right now. Peoples. He's like 15 or something. Back legs starting to go out.
Jesus, yeah, that's when things get kind of.
Yeah. Oh. Whoa.
Oh shit!
Spilling the beer.
My beer got too excited on
Yeah,
me.
that's gonna stain.
Oh shit! It's all good.
Do you miss working grocery?
As I sip the fucking foam coming out of the bottle. Hell no.
Yes. That's how Dylan and I met. We worked at Sprouts.
Yeah.
And in a
Twice.
previous episode with Mike Caparello.
Yeah. We worked at Sprouts twice together.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You left and you came back.
I left and I came back. I did the walk of shame right back into the building. I need some money. They hired me right back though. That shit was crazy.
Hey man, you're a good worker. Because the whole thing wasn't just getting the shit up, you know. That's all it was. That's the name of the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were pretty familiar with it, but I don't miss working there. I miss working with you guys because it was fun.
I do miss that. I miss the the friendships you make.
Yeah, the OG grocery crew was the shit
It's
for
cool,
sure.
man. Cool ass people.
Yeah.
It's
fun.
crazy that you said Shannon's still there.
Yeah, she's still there. I saw a couple people are still there.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been in there in a while.
Yeah.
I feel weird going in. Like, I'm too cool for this shit. Nah.
I go to buy some healthy shit once in a while, like I need that detox juice or whatever. It's right there. I'm in town.
Kombucha.
Kombucha.
Put it anal style, too. Really get the nutrients, Yeah, and your main instrument when you're making your music, are you playing guitar?
Yeah, it's all mainly
It's
guitar
all
based.
on guitar?
Yeah.
You don't play like keyboard or
There's like some synth involved too. Yeah. Synth. I'm also experimenting with tape loops,
all right.
like actual analog tape loops. Been kind of like fucking around with that for a little bit. So, yeah, it's just getting kind of trippy with it, really.
I feel that's definitely something I'd like to kind of go more into, is like a soundscapey kind of thing. I feel like when I play drums, I'm always thinking of like just keeping something encapsulated within a beat,
Mhm.
instead of just kind of hitting some like cymbal sizzle here
Yeah.
and like random shit. I don't do that as often as I'd like, because I really do enjoy like that, like kind of experimenting like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of just want to make it really emotion based,
Yeah,
I want
like a mood.
yeah,
for sure.
exactly. Capture certain feelings.
Oh, yeah. Well, we definitely got to get together. And
Yeah.
fucking bust
Next
out.
time I'm in town, I'll bring some stuff down. Jam out.
Fuck yeah,
Be
dude.
fun.
Even at that, you shit. Come to my fucking house. I got the gear to do it, man.
Fuck yeah.
I got enough already. We can do it all. So.
Yeah, I'm super down.
69, dude.
69, dude.
I'm gonna fucking see Nick sometime pretty soon too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn, how's that guy doing?
I guess he's all right. I haven't talked to him yet. Just messaged him like here and there. Asked
Mhm.
him if he wanted to kind of jump on this, and he said he was fucking down.
Hell yeah.
But I know he's busy. He's just like traveling East Coast, West Coast all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, man. That's what happens when you get older. Hopefully, I hope that everyone aspires to kind of like go out there and do shit, instead of just staying in the same fucking town.
I think people aspire to, but whether they do it, that's a whole nother thing.
That's a thing, yeah.
I think majority of people don't.
They don't.
And traveling's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I love it.
I do notice that every time I come back here into town, I do run into the same people, and I'm like, "You're still here? Shit." Not talking about you or that, but because you're working, you're doing a job, you're doing good shit.
Yeah.
But like, there's like people who are like still doing the same shit as they were like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, there's a life to be lived out there.
Yeah. Maybe some of them don't have a choice. I feel. You know what I mean? Some people are supporting families and
Well, yeah,
whatever the
that's
fuck. You know what I mean?
That's fine. I'm talking about people that don't have that, because I know people that don't.
Yeah.
They don't have any sort of obligation to be here.
Right.
They're just here. And
They're
it's-
complacent.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, like, you can be doing so much right now. You don't need to be here. There's nothing here.
There's really nothing anywhere. Just really nice views,
Yeah.
Cool shit, but
I mean, there's beautiful shit out there. That's what I think, Like, my whole aspect of traveling is I just want to see all the beautiful things in the world and enjoy it. I'm not into the big flashy shit. I'm just into, like,
getting there.
yeah, I want to just
You prefer driving or flying or train?
I like both. The train I've done quite a few times too, but that shit gets tiring.
Mm.
There's like the worst sleeping arrangement and crying kids. Last time I was on a train, I was there on the train for 17 and a half hours. And
Going from where?
From New Mexico to California.
Mm.
And
It takes 17 hours on train?
yeah, because there's stops and shit in between.
Oh, shit.
But it was brutal, man.
Is that about the same as a car?
No, you can drive from here to Albuquerque in 10 hours.
Oh, yeah.
If you just go nonstop, like stop to get gas, maybe some food. And
I enjoy the driving, but fucking driving, was it 10? whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
East.
yeah.
That shit is just so boring.
It's boring. It gets very
It just looks
flat
like Lancaster, like
all the way.
all the way.
Until you get to like the Arizona or fucking New
Fucking
Mexico.
the middle of Texas or some shit. You can finally start seeing.
Start seeing some different.
Nah, there's good shit around, but
There is, yeah.
it's a lot of that though for a good while.
Yeah, it's the flat desert, you know. It's
Jesus.
It's all you see. But yeah, I like driving. It's cool. My car though is not super suitable for that, unfortunately, because I drive a natural gas vehicle right now, so it runs on compressed methane gas instead of gasoline.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you fill up at?
There's like select stations all over LA and like where I live that I can do that at. It's like usually owned by the gas company or like an independent company.
Did you have to like convert your engine?
No, I bought it like that. It's a government issued vehicle, and it was a government issued
What?
vehicle. Yeah, like all the city buses and shit run on the same thing. Like they all run on compressed natural gas. It's to eliminate the amount of emissions in the air.
It costs more.
No, it's less. Like I fill my tank for like $14 to $15.
What?
Yeah.
Why aren't we all using this?
The gas companies, like the oil companies. You know, they don't want
$15 you're filling up your tank?
Yeah.
It takes like 40
And my
bucks.
car doesn't really emit anything. There's no carbon emissions that go back out into the fucking atmosphere, you know?
It's got to be more risky though.
No.
No?
No, not at all. It's not combustible like gasoline is. It's all basically think about it this way. It's a chamber like almost like a propane tank filled with this methane gas, and then there's a little burner just like the one at your stove, like a pilot, and then that heat creates pressure which then accumulates through the engine and works the same way as if gasoline would, but it's less combustible, a lot more controlled. Because like if something goes wrong in gasoline, the whole fucking thing goes up in flames. This, no, not really.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
How'd you acquire that though?
I just bought it through somebody.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, just kind of worked out that way.
And they're spaced out apart, like enough to, or do you ever find yourself like, oh shit?
Well,
You can't put regular gas in there now, right?
no.
What would happen? Blow up?
Nothing would happen. I can't even put it in there because there's a little. It's like a. You ever use like a pressure washer?
Yes.
You know how they have like that distinct kind of like input for the hose?
Yeah.
It's like that. So I can't even if I wanted to, I can't put gas in it because it wouldn't go in.
Oh.
It needs like a high pressure fucking connection, essentially, to put the gas in there.
Yeah, I hear you saying.
Yeah. And it's weird. It's super weird. I have an app on my phone that shows me where all the pumps are. So wherever I go, I can find one. But they're usually pretty, especially if I go more up north, it gets really spread out. Here in LA, there's one near the Chinatown area. There's one in Santa Monica, West LA, and a couple in the Valley. One off of Canoga, and another one off of Satakoy and Balboa.
Yeah, it was so easy to fill up your goddamn tank. It ain't nothing. Dude, $15.
Yeah.
That is insane, man.
It's easy in the sense where if I'm trying to get to a certain distance, it works. But if I run out of gas somewhere, I'm fucked. So it's like...
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
My first time ever going to Tiger Rose, the shop I work at now, I drove up there from Mid-City, LA. And everything was great. Worked the whole weekend. And then on my app, it showed that there was a pump over in Santa Maria, which is below Pismo Beach, and it's on the way home to LA.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, sick. Like, I'll fucking fill up there because I had like less than a half a tank. And then I'll fucking just jet home, you know? So get in my car, get everything packed up. I go down. It's like almost the middle of the night. And I get to Santa Maria where this supposed gas station is, and it's a dirt lot. There ain't shit. Yeah. And my car is like almost on red. And the nearest gas station is Santa Barbara, which is like almost 100 miles away. There's like no way I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
So I pull over in a gas station. I had to call my towing assistants, and I had to pay $275 to get it towed up to San Luis Obispo, so all the way back up, to fill up because there's a station over there, and then drive my car to Santa Barbara, fill up from there, and then go home. Shit was a nightmare.
What a fucking headache.
It was a headache, dude. I didn't get home till like almost 4:30 in the morning.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was rough.
Did you punch your pillows when you got out?
Dude, I wanted to. I wanted to punch somebody for sure.
I do that every now and then.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, punch the pillows. And it's like, whatever. It
Better
don't hurt nothing.
It's better than putting a hole in the wall, you know. Cause
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna drywall that shit, and you're like, fuck, you know.
Better just hit a blast beat on the fucking. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I feel my back. Like we were talking earlier. Probably need to see a
Oh, I know, man.
chiropractor, man.
I was just rolling my back out before you got here. I had to like get on the foam roller for a minute, just like back and forth.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
I used to have one a long time ago. I don't know what the hell happened to it.
They disappeared. My last one got like eaten by the dog, so I had to get a new one.
Is that why she's so big? She's
Probably
fucking like a
full
quarter styrofoam?
Yes, full of a pound of styrofoam, you know.
Well, at least she'll fucking float. You know, she's a buoy.
She'd float anyway. She's a little lump for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's it sucks getting older.
No, it's actually pretty good.
It's rad. It's just physically it sucks. It's like
Yeah,
I
I definitely
feel-
want to hit 100. That's my personal goal.
shit.
If I hopefully could do it.
I guess my whole thing is like I want to live as long as I can take care of myself. But if I start shitting my pants and somebody else has to do it for me, just put a pillow over my head and call it a day, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that.
Is that how you want to go with a pillow over your head?
Fuck it. If I'm gonna shit my pants every day, I don't want to do that.
I want to go in my sleep.
Well, yeah, I do too. That's the ultimate goal. I want to live a full life, raise some kids, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Would you want a boy or a girl?
Maybe both, or just like one boy. Even just one kid would be fine, you know. Just something. But that's in the future. I'm 27 right now. I'm not thinking about that right now. But
You're 27?
27.
Shit. Man, I thought you were like my age and shit.
Nah, man, I'm young.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm like, I'm 31. Jeez.
Nah, it's not that bad though.
I'm ancient compared to you. No, we're the same.
Yeah.
We are same sim.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep our hair short. Well, you keep yours completely bald. You shave yours, right?
I shave my head every couple days. Yeah.
I can't do that. I don't like the way it feels.
It's
but
hard.
I
man.
like keeping it short, though. I'll just do a zero clip.
Yeah, I kind of had no choice though. Like I started losing my hair when I was young, so
No, mine's starting to go, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
It's starting to recede and shit, so
yeah,
I'm not going to try to play that.
yeah.
you
Like
know.
it was mine was worse than yours though. Like I was
Yeah?
like Mr. Apache, you know, like fucking like it was bad. Like I had an English channel going
Like-
on in the back of my head.
like Friar Tuck.
yeah, like you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty bad. So I was like, fuck this. Like I don't look like a fucking 40-year-old. I'm just gonna shave this shit. It's fine. I can't even see. It's funny. I've had my hair like this for so long now that I don't even know what the hell I'd look like if I had hair. Like it's just like this is what I know myself as now.
Yeah, I think you might have shown me pictures of you with hair in the past, but
Yeah.
nah, I think Dylan, I think the way you look right now.
Yeah. It's just who I am.
All tatted up. Dude, you were tatted all over. What the fuck? What was the worst one?
My stomach.
Really?
Yo. Yeah.
The whole thing?
Mm-hmm. Like lower sternum, top of the stomach, and like the sides above the belly button, like that whole section. Fucking brutal, man. Fucking hurt.
Did you cry?
Nah, I just was like saying fuck a lot and making faces and shit like that, you know, just like internally screaming. Yeah, shit was not fun. But luckily my friend that did it was like so quick and was as gentle and as accommodating as possible, so it made it relatively easier.
Like he would like cup your balls, like if you're like,
Yeah, yeah, you know,
okay?
just
You
kind of
okay,
like
buddy?
little sack tap, you
Yeah.
know, like yeah, no.
It's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah.
No, but he was just cool. He was just like, you know, putting back teen on that shit, so it'd be like temporarily less stingy for a little bit, and then yeah, but still pretty rough.
And what is just like it's you have the two sleeves, your whole chest, right? The
Whole
front,
chest,
the whole torso.
most of my legs are pretty done. The only thing I don't have right now is my back.
And your butt.
Yeah, which I'm gonna get all in like one shot, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
I haven't really fully decided yet, but I'm thinking about hitting up this guy Jeff Zuck, who lives over in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I just love his work. He's been tattooing for quite a while.
I love his name.
Yeah, Jeff Zuck is tight. It's a cool name. But he does killer tattoos, and he does a lot of back pieces that are like super crazy looking. So I kind of want to get this.
What does it look like? Is it more like a surreal?
No, it's all traditional.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Everything I have.
Yeah.
All my work is traditional that I have in my body. But
Tight.
pretty much, he does like these crazy compositions of traditional pieces. So he'll do like really weird, like psychedelic looking stuff. A lot of weird colors and bold lines, lots of black shading, stuff like that. And I kind of want him to do his own interpretation of this design that was created in the early 1900s for tattooing called the Battle Royale, which usually consists of 2 or 3 animals kind of like fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of want like he does really cool tigers, for example. So I kind of want to get like a tiger fighting a snake and like an eagle or something, just something wicked. I'm kind of just going to let him have the most creative freedom with it.
And to cover your entire back?
Yeah, back and ass. I want to do all that shit. Just get it out of the way. Yeah.
Man. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna have to pop a Percocet before I go over there.
Shit. And pop a few more after, man.
Yeah, for real. I'll just get drunk afterwards. I'll be all right.
What is it about that you like so much about getting so many?
I'm just a collector, I'm an avid collector. I have tattoos on my body from all over the world. People from all over. I have ones from Korea, Italy, Brazil, France. Fucking many different places.
Is it also like a pain thing too, though? Do
No,
you enjoy that at all?
Hell no. I'm a fucking baby when it comes to getting tattooed, man. It sucks. It hurts. Like, it's not a pain thing at all. I don't enjoy the process of it whatsoever. I just enjoy the aftermath, the reward, the reward of earning my stripes and having a cool addition to my body that's part of my collection. And
that's a hell of a way to earn your stripes, man.
Yeah.
Because you're like 60% covered up?
Oh, more probably. Like
70
probably
maybe?
It's like 75, roughly about there.
Your back and your butt and your head.
Yeah, my head. But I don't know.
Would you get your head?
I'm still...
Don't do it.
I'm debating.
Don't do that, like, Kerry King shit,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thought about that. I want to get the other side I have one side of my neck tattooed right now. I'm trying to get the other one done.
Uh-huh.
But,
fuck, that shit looks like it would hurt like a motherfucker.
The neck was actually easy.
Really?
For me. Mm. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I was, like, pretty chill. Yeah, that whole thing was chill. The hand was chill. The knee wasn't too bad except for some parts. The worst was like the stomach. I got the back of one of my knees tattooed. That was kind of brutal. Not during, but after.
What'd you get?
I got the back of my knee?
Yeah.
From this girl, Rachie from Australia. I got this, it's like a classic design of this kind of skull demon with like a burning world underneath him. Just like something super sick. Picked it from her like line drawing book.
That's cool.
I was working alongside her and her boyfriend at the last shop I worked at, so we all kind of like were hanging out. And I was like, I want to get tattooed, and she's like, cool, let's do it. And I was like, okay, cool.
How many people are at a Midtown Tattoo? Is that?
Yeah, Midtown. I don't really know anymore, to be honest now, because when I worked there, it was like 7 of us, I think. But I know that some people since I've left have been added to the crew. So, I'm not sure.
Are there like enough stations? Yeah.
I'm assuming they make it work. When I was there,
you have your own.
When I was there, I had my own. Yeah.
Oh, you're not there now? Or?
No. I'm at Tiger Rose Tattoo.
Oh, Tiger Rose.
Yeah. Tiger Rose Tattoo. There's six of us. Yeah. Yeah, and that's plenty because like it's not a big shop, but it's perfect.
What are you saying? It's starting to slow down now, right?
Not right this second, but as we're coming into the holiday season, it's notoriously what we call the slow season for tattooing. Yeah.
What are you gonna do to make up that time?
Paint a lot of flash. Like, which if nobody knows what flash is, it goes back to the ancient times of tattooing where tattooers would be like tattooing at the circus and shit like that, but they have like these trunks that they would kind of bring with them, and they would open up into these big displays of designs that they would be tattooing at that time. And so they called that like flash art. It was like their paintings that they wanted to do tattoos of. And so yeah, so I'll be like designing a lot more stuff, painting, trying to do like collaborations with clothing lines, maybe just like local kind of stuff. Like I was talking to the guys over the shop about possibly doing like a design for some sort of bottle or can for a local brewery up there. Just trying to like stay relevant, you know, try to keep things going. And then
take advantage of your art skills, you know.
Yeah.
Like other than tattooing, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like so much more there, I feel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I've also been thinking about dabbling into like starting my own kind of apparel line.
Okay.
Doing like just clothing, things like that.
Yeah. Just get more prints and images on
it. Just get more out there, you know. Kind of like, because people love t-shirts. They love designs on t-shirts, especially if it's like something cool looking. So why not kind of apply that whole, you know, traditional tattoo imagery to like a modernized kind of idea, you know?
Mm-hmm. What other type of styles do you enjoy drawing or tattooing? Besides American tradition?
I like Japanese stuff. Japanese stuff is cool, although I don't get too crazy into it. I do really love the imagery, and a lot of what American traditional actually stems from is traditional Japanese artwork. That's kind of where a lot of that ideology came from, like with the kind of like black lines, lots of color, black shading, you know. But yeah, Japanese stuff is really cool. It's very hard to totally nail Japanese style art because it's all very particular in its meaning. Every image has a certain meaning to it. Everything has to be facing a certain direction, flowing a certain way. Otherwise, you're being disrespectful, essentially.
It's not the same way with American?
No, because American traditional imagery, I mean, obviously there's certain meanings for everything, if you want to put it that way. But a lot of American traditional imagery was taken from vast...
it's kind of like a mutt of a tattoo artist style.
Sort of. It's a lot of it was taken, like a lot of the imagery that we know today, like for example, like a crawling panther, which is like a design of like the panther kind of like with one leg up, tail down, facing a certain way.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. So that design originally comes from this old like folklore fairy tale book. It was just like an old publication from like the late 1800s, early 1900s. And so somebody saw that and turned that into a design, and that's been like an ongoing classic image that has still existed up to this day, essentially. And so like there's a lot of stuff where American traditional aspects come from, things like that. Like some people see, like I was at a museum over in San Francisco, for example, for this tattoo artist that existed long ago named Lou Alberts, who was from Brooklyn, New York. And it was funny because they had all his stuff, like all his sketches and flash kind of like on an exhibition in there, and it was really cool to see that in person. But it was funny because if you look closely, there's little notes that he put next to the designs. And so like, for example, there was this one, and it was like a cat face. And it said, taken from magazine ad. And it was like fun to tattoo or something like that, like something stupid like that.
Oh, okay. But he was still kind of like giving
like a hint of where it came from. Yeah.
Well, that's good. At least he kind of did that,
Yeah. And so
show the influence.
Yeah. And then like even like I go like flea market shopping once in a while. Yeah. And same kind of thing. Like I'll look for like stuff and I'll be like, oh shit, like I've seen that before, like painted back in the 1940s, and it's like an image of like a pinup girl or something, It's like it's a very familiar image, and so you start kind of like seeing where they possibly got that reference from,
Does it ever come from just one guy, or is it like a place, maybe like a shop itself that originated that style? Or
no, I mean nobody.
It can't be drawn back to just one single person. It's just like an era that.
It's just an era, because with American traditional tattooing, you'll see a lot of the same designs, but you'll see different interpretations of it, which is funny because back then, like there's a few major tattooers in that era that kind of put out these. They were like sort of like tattoo-based catalogs, essentially, of their flash. So you have the tattooers like Percy Waters, Owen Jensen, Milton Zeiss, who they literally they would sell machines, so they'd build machines for tattooers, and then they would also put out these catalogs of like flash, like designs in their interpretation to be tattooed. And so even like before then or after then, people who were tattooing would see certain designs at different shops from different tattooers, and then they would somehow acquire that image and then do like their own rendition of it. So you see a lot of the same classic imagery, but it's not really diluted, but it's kind of like altered. You know, it's done different styles. It's done, and that still I think applies to this, like to this day and age. I feel like a lot of people will still,
even from what you do, like you do it in American traditional, but you do add like a little bit of your flair to it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
like everything is referenced from something, and that I feel like and it's kind of a funny contradiction in today's modern tattoo world, is that I feel like people try to tell the public that they're doing something super original, but they're not. Because in tattooing, there's no such thing as any sort of original imagery. Everything is referenced from something, and it's probably been already tattooed already. And so I think there's a vast majority of the public that believes that, like, if a tattoo is already painted, for example, like a design's already painted, that it's not original, and therefore they don't want it because somebody else can have it.
Like
And
when they come in and see the flash in the shop, they're like, "Nah, I don't want that. Like, I want this idea.
I want
that
my
I'm
own thing."
Yeah, and I try to explain it to you, but
yeah, and then it's funny.
They don't like what the fuck you make them, and so they get mad at you.
And it's
like,
funny too, because those same people who are like, "Oh, I want like what's mine," they'll fucking show me an image from Pinterest that's tattooed on somebody already, like it's already on somebody's arm, and they want that, and it's like, well,
you're not original yourself.
Yeah, like what the fuck's the difference, you know? Like, and in fact, you're getting something that's even more diluted because it's the same fucking thing tattooed over and over again. It's like, well, I like this and that. I'm like, great. Well, I can draw something that's even better than that, you know? Or hey, if you like animals, like you like jaguars, panthers, lions, there's a sick one right there on that wall. It doesn't have to be necessarily like that. I can kind of redraw it and do a different colorway to it and like add some super sick stuff.
Yeah.
But I think
people see it, I think, as a cookie cutter thing, but it's way more complex than that. You know?
Yeah.
It's like coming up to a musician, it's like, I want this kind of style of music. It's like, well, I mean, I have this kind of style that I specialize in.
Yeah.
You know, you can see here, we could work together. Let's make a good song.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. I think
it's crazy.
I think people are just kind of afraid to communicate. You know, they don't really know how to just be open to letting an artist kind of do what they do, or they have this weird.
Well, I could kind of see where they're.
Well, they're afraid of the outcome of it, you know. Especially,
well, yeah, because they know it definitely it's huge, you know. It's a permanent thing.
Yeah,
you know? You're going to someone to give you something. It's not like a candy bar, you know.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
of course.
This shit is forever.
What I try to tell people is, and I hope that everyone kind of like takes it into consideration, is that you shouldn't put tattoos too much on a pedestal, as far as like what it means and everything, because then you're going to overthink it the entire time. And even if it's an amazing tattoo, you're probably not going to like it as much as you should because you're thinking about it too much. You know?
Maybe.
Like for example, I have people ask me like, "Oh, what are your tattoos mean?" I'm like, absolutely fucking nothing. I mean, I don't know. I have like weapons on me and shit like that. Like I'm not like a big sword guy or
yeah, but some people do though, right?
Some people do, you know. But I'm just saying, like,
not everybody does.
Yeah, like
it's up to your own interpretation.
It's your own interpretation. Like I was saying earlier about the whole collection thing. Like some people, like me, for example, or like there are other people who don't tattoo that just get tattooed. You're an avid collector. I think if you look at it in the perspective that you're adding to a personal collection that's priceless,
yeah,
I think that's more meaningful than like getting a fucking silhouette of a infinity symbol that says love, that a million other teenage girls have.
Yeah.
Like,
even on a poster in their bedroom or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just think tattoos are cool, and
Life is short, and
Life
don't
is
take
short.
don't take everything too seriously.
no, just get something rad tattooed. And if you really give your artist as much freedom as you possibly can, then the outcome's going to be amazing. It's always going to be amazing because, at the end of the day, like, you're not going to go to Picasso and force him to paint something that's like fucking basic and shitty. You're going to be like, hey, Picasso, do what you do,
Yeah. Like, oh, could you please draw me? And that's all you would say.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And
Yeah.
and if you decide to, and whatever it was,
Yeah. That's what.
yeah, you better fucking get on your knees for that one.
Yeah, exactly, man.
What is your worst experience with a customer or a client or whatever, however you like to call it?
Well, I had this one experience, and it was actually not too long ago. It was fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
This girl came into the shop I was working at, not the one I'm working at now, but beforehand. And she had this really old, faded, kind of fucked up tattoo on her wrist. And she didn't really give me much insight on it. She was just like, hey, I want to get this reworked and possibly some stuff added to it. I'm going to let you kind of just do your own interpretation on things. And I was like, okay, that's cool, So got her through the paperwork, went upstairs to the shop and fucking started tattooing her. And I'm like, I'm just putting my all into it, making it super cool. Finish it. She looks at it. She goes, wow, I love it so much. This is awesome. Just praising it pretty much. She was stoked. I'm like, cool, Give her my card. I'm like, hey, if you ever want to get tattooed again or whatever, hit me up, And then later that night, I was at the bar. I was having a couple beers, and I get a DM on Instagram, and it's her. And she completely flip-flops on me. She goes, I hate this so much. You fucked up the tattoo. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck, Because, I nailed it, dude. I fucking put nice, new, crisp lines in the whole thing. I fucking added new color to it because the color was old and faded and blotchy. And she just I don't know if she was on drugs or what.
Or one of her friends got in her ear and probably convinced her.
I don't know, man. It was weird. She seemed a little off when I was tattooing her. Her whole demeanor was a little weird, but I just was ignoring it. I'm just whatever, as long as you don't fucking freak out on me while I'm doing this.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't know if she was just on cloud 9 when she came in and got tattooed or what, but and then it wore off a few hours later. But yeah, she fucking flipped a bitch on me. And I was just fuck. It royally bummed me out. It just really kind of bummed me out. And normally I don't really get too bent about shit like that anymore. I kind of just dust it on the rug and go, well, I'm sorry, and I try to be as accommodating as possible.
Yeah.
But, this one for some reason just kind of bugged me out. So I remember I hit up my friend who was working at the shop, and I was showing him the messages, and he goes, dude, I was there. You nailed it. I don't know what her problem is, but don't worry about it. Just kind of help me out. Yeah, so.
Yeah, put you in a little dark spot.
Yeah, just for a second. And I was already kind of drunk anyway, so
yeah, that doesn't help either.
It doesn't help, exactly. Alcohol's technically a downer anyways, so.
Well then, on the opposite part of the spectrum, what was one of the best experiences you've ever had tattooing?
I've had a million.
Well, one that really sticks out in your mind.
I had this one pretty recently too, actually, where this girl came in. She was kind of an older lady. She was with her son, and her son had taken her to get tattooed as part of a gift for her birthday.
Okay.
And I guess the story was that her brother had passed away.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so it was fairly recently. And so she wanted to get his nickname and the date of his birth and the date of his death. And so I, drew it out. She loved it, tattooed it, and at the end of it, she looks at it and she just burst into tears. She's so happy. You know, she's like really just like.
Was she looking at it while she was getting tattooed?
Yeah,
Or?
she was. Well, she would look at it, but she was trying not to focus on the pain, you know, because it was like on her forearm, and she's a little bit older, so.
It was a lot.
Yeah, and so I think at the end of it there was just so much emotion with her, like between her tribute to her brother and then just like getting this beautiful tattoo that she was happy with and just everything. So she just burst into tears and she was crying. And so, like, she hugged me, I hugged her back, and, like, I got kind of choked up a little bit. And, yeah, like, it's moments like that where I get really happy with my job because I can sometimes make a difference for somebody.
And even if it's just one.
Yeah, you know?
That's beautiful, dude.
I just try to I want to make everyone happy. That's my whole thing, you know? Like, I want you to come in, have a wonderful experience, make you laugh. Maybe smoke some weed, you know, whatever. Like, you know, just something.
Yeah.
If I can make you smile, I feel good.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you look at the tattoo and you're stoked and you come back or you don't come back or you tell your friends, like whatever.
Yeah.
That's my goal. I just want everyone to be happy.
And it's just a cool thing too because it's a piece of you
forever
on somebody forever. You know,
as long as they're alive. Yeah.
Yeah. Even when they're gone.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
You have a piece of them forever.
Exactly. It's a beautiful thing. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
So give me a wild story. From your tattooing days, yeah.
A wild story.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. So I was in Bakersfield, and I was tattooing at a shop called Lucky Club Tattoo, where a couple of good friends of mine work.
Lucky Club?
Lucky Club.
All right.
It's in downtown Bakersfield, off Wall Street. Ooh. And it's in an alleyway. So it's kind of funny.
Shit.
So the way that Lucky Club is laid out is, so they're in the alleyway, and then in the same alleyway, there's a bar right across the way, and there's a bar right next door. And so the shop's open to midnight. So when I go to work there, it's always the same shit. It's like, we'll have a few beers at the shop, tattoo.
What time would you go in?
Start at noon.
Slamming beers at noon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hey, that's all right.
Grab a couple Coors, crack it open, go for it. So it's like, have a couple beers, tattoo, close the shop when it gets a little slow, go across the bar, have a couple shots, couple beers, go back to the shop, open it up, wait, somebody comes in, gets tattooed, cool. Do a couple more tattoos, close the shop again.
and you would be all fucked up, like tattooing?
No, it'd be good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With a couple beers and some shots in you?
Yeah.
Fuck that, I can't do that.
Get all loosey-goosey.
It's not good to be buzzed, right, and get a tattoo? Because it's not good for the blood, right?
Well, okay, so there's that misconception. A lot of people think that you bleed more when you're drunk.
Is it? It's a myth?
It's not a myth. The whole thing is you have to be on at least an 8-hour bender before that actually happens, because you can be drunk and getting tattooed. The reason why we tell people not to get drunk and get tattooed because they act like fucking idiots and they usually move around more. That's the whole thing.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, nah, you can be. I mean, I have my clients that come in and like they drink when they get tattooed, and it's cool. Like I let them do it as long as they sit still, which they usually do. So.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even do that.
And they have to bring me a beer. That's the whole thing too.
Oh well, I brought a sixer.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I love you.
Love you too.
Back to the story.
Oh yeah, back to the story. So yeah, so do a couple more tattoos, close the shop, go next door to the Alley Cat. Have a couple more drinks, go back to the shop once more, maybe do a couple more tattoos. If not, if it's slow, close the shop for the night, walk down the street to the Mint. So we're at the Mint. We're already kind of drunk, and we each kill off a couple pitchers of beer.
The Mint is chill.
And
I played there a couple
times.
Yeah,
you already know then. I love that place.
Yeah.
So we kill a couple pitchers, a couple shots, and we're fucked up at this point. And so there's this dude who I will name anonymously. Like, he's not going to have a name in this story, but there's this dude.
Call him Todd.
This Todd dude who was like, hey, I got cocaine. And we were like, all right, let's go, you know?
Did you always do cocaine? Or socially?
Socially. Definitely socially.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's such a rare thing. It's like one of those things, if I'm not paying for it, and it's there, I might dabble.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Fair enough, right?
That's fair. No, that's definitely fair.
Yeah.
Fair game.
Yeah. but no problems. And I never buy that shit because that shit's too expensive and it sucks. So yeah, we were drunk and we were like, all right, let's do it. So we do a couple bumps, and then me and my friends, we were all like psyched at this point. We're all hyped up, and we're like, oh man, like let's go back to the shop and tattoo each other. Yeah, you know, like. And they're like, all right, what are we gonna do? I'm like, we should get like matching tattoos, like just like friendship tattoos.
That's so fucking good.
And yeah, my homie's like, all right, like what should we get? I'm like, let's do like a word or something, you know? And they're like, okay. And my homie's like, oh, I know. I'm like, whoa. And he goes, let's do Coke Boys. I'm like, what? Like, he's like, yeah, let's do Coke Boys. I'm like, dog, I'm not getting Coke Boys tattooed on me. Like, like ultimate red flag for any chick that's ever trying to date me, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Fuck that. I meet her parents, like, how you doing? There's a Coke Boys in my arm. He's gonna be like, oh, hell no, get the fuck out of my house, you know?
Let me get this guy a Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Real quick, yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And I kind of got weird for a second. And we were like, oh, you know what? I'm like, all right, I know. Bad Boys with a Z. And so they're like, yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. So we fucking drunkenly walk back to the shop, get in there, and we fucking tattooed each other. And so I have this Bad Boys right here on my forearm.
Oh, shit.
That's the actual tattoo.
That don't look too bad.
It's tight.
Yeah.
It's super sick. It's the cleanest one that was done that night.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Would the other ones just look like a bunch of ink blotches?
No, they're like, you can read them, but they just progressively got like worse and worse.
As like the letters went on or what?
And the more alcohol flowed. And
oh, you guys were drinking while you were...
oh, yeah. We were like shirtless, smoking cigarettes in the shop, tattooing, and fucking just going like nonstop.
Yeah.
And like, it was so funny. So it was like me and like 4 of my friends just all tattooing each other. And then like I got a couple other ones. Like I have like a little skull. I was like freehanded here on my leg, and it's like so funny because the lines are all like blown out because my friend was like kind of leaning at that point. And there's supposed to be red around it, but he forgot to rinse out the needle all the way, so it's like kind of like this brownish red. And then it was kind of funny because the last time I went back to Bakersfield, I was talking to my friend, and I was tattooing a cover up on his arm, and I looked over and there was like this little like weird looking skull like kind of up on his upper arm almost by his chest.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, like who the fuck did that thing? And he goes, dude, you did that. I was like, what?
Really?
He's like, yeah, you fucking did that night. I was like, I don't fucking remember that. Shit. All right.
What did it look like?
It was just like this like weird like 3-tooth skull with like weird dangly hairs coming off. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was weird. I was just like, oh shit. I mean, it wasn't bad looking, I guess, but I was just like, that was me? Fuck.
You didn't even remember. That's how fucked up you guys got.
I know. It was wild. It was a good time though.
Yeah.
And then I've had like a few other nights like that, but like I actually remember those nights because we didn't do Blocaine, but
give me another one. What else you got in the chamber?
All right, so it was the Tiger Rose 16-year anniversary party, and I went up with one of my old coworkers and my friend Brent, and so the whole day started was we picked up my coworker, and it was like noon, and so the moment I get in the car, my friend Brent has a fucking bottle of Jameson and a whole fucking pack of beer right in the back seat,
ready to go.
Yeah, so we start drinking at noon, driving up to Pismo. Then we stop in Santa Barbara at Brent's sister's house, have a couple more beers at her house and a sandwich. Then fucking drive up, and on the way up, there's this town before you get into Pismo called Los Alamos, which I recommend people check out because it's tight.
Up in there.
Yeah. They have a really cool like old antique flea market and like the sick hotel called the Union Hotel, which is like, it's been there since the beginning of that town pretty much. It's like that old Western style with like the old like wooden looking saloon. Super sick place to drink.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's fucking tight. So we went there, had a couple shots of whiskey, and then we went to that antique market, and they actually have a bar in there. So we ended up having a couple more beers in there. So at this point, we're good. We're already like, we're good. So we finished the drive to Pismo, which is like maybe about 30 minutes from there. Get to the shop, and beers are flowing. It's the anniversary party, you know? So we end up drinking like 3 or 4 more IPAs. So we're fucked up at this point. Then we round up a group of friends from that shop. We go up to San Luis Obispo and we go bar hopping. We hit up 3 bars. Got fucked up. Like, we were already fucked. Now we're like really
beyond fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of us was actually okay enough to drive, so we drove back down to the shop.
But do you actually remember all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wasn't on any other substances, you know.
Oh. So, but when you really fucked up on beer, you could remember it?
Yeah. For some reason, I have a good memory, like a good drunk memory for some reason. It's a weird thing. But if I drink hard liquor, no.
You know, it goes out the fucking window?
It goes out the window, big time. So, yeah, we get to the shop, and it's like maybe 2:33 in the morning at this point, maybe a little later. And there's this random dude that's with us. And from what I gather, from what I remember, he was just this like guy who kind of knew about the shop. And he's like a truck driver, like kind of a younger guy. He just walked into the anniversary party. And so he ended up like tagging along with us the whole night. So we didn't know, none of us really knew this guy.
But he threw off that vibe that he was cool enough?
Yeah, he was chill. He was super chill. He wasn't creepy or fucking stupid, you know, he was chill. And so he was like, I want to get tattooed. And I was like, you know what? I want to do a tattoo right now. What do you want? He goes, whatever you want, man. Just do whatever you want. So I fucking just like set up real quick. I grabbed his fucking arm and like I took a Sharpie and I drew like a couple of lines and I ended up freehanding this like super sick skull on his forearm.
Really?
It's pretty big too.
Yeah.
It was like maybe about like almost 5 inches like tall and about like 3.5, 4 inches wide. It was pretty big.
Yeah. How did he feel about it?
He was stoked.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then like, yeah, I fucking busted this thing out in like 40 minutes. Just like fucking put it in there.
Damn.
Yeah. And then like a few months later, when the guys over there, like, I guess that guy came back and he was like super pumped and he wanted more tattoos. And I got a healed picture of it. Like, fucking settled in perfectly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But I did that shit drunk as a skunk.
Dude.
I would never, and let me clarify something. I would never ever do this during normal working hours. It was just party mode.
It just happened to be
after hours.
that time, yeah.
Way after hours, yeah. But I do not tattoo inebriated by any means necessary. So just letting you know, if you want to get tattooed, don't worry about it.
Have all your wild tattoo stories come from when you're inebriated?
Partially.
Partially, so that means there's been some pretty wild moments when you were
sober?
Yeah.
A couple. Yeah, in the shop working, there's been like some crazy shit. Like, there was like a fist fight that broke out in the lobby of one of the shops I worked at one time between these 2 girls. That shit was pretty crazy.
You had to get involved, or you as far as pulling them apart?
No.
Or did you punch one of them in the face?
No, I karate kicked one of them. You know? No, these 2 girls, they were cousins.
Yeah.
And the mom of one of the girls was getting tattooed by one of my coworkers. And I don't know what the fuck happened, but they ended up getting into like some sort of argument. And they start shoving each other, and then they just start throwing fists. Like, these girls are throwing haymakers, dude. You're hearing like the, like, boom, like contact, you know?
They're not just pulling hair.
Oh, no. They were swinging for the fences, man. They were going at it.
Nice.
And I'm like, fuck. And I'm like across the shop going, hey, cut it out, you know? And there's like other people in the lobby that are waiting for me to tattoo them, and they're like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then this fucking chick's mom, I will never forget this. She like looks at my coworker and goes, excuse me, gets up like a G, fucking runs through the fucking like little swinging doors we had that section off the shop and the lobby.
Yeah.
Fucking grabs both of them and throws them through the fucking front doors and fucking rips them both a new asshole right in front of the shop. And then everything was chill after that. Then she comes back in, kind of like walks over all calm, sits down, and finishes the fucking tattoo.
She was a tattooer?
No, she was getting tattooed.
She was getting tattooed?
Yeah, her arm. She was getting her upper arm tattooed.
And she fought who? Like another person?
She didn't fight. She grabbed the both.
Oh, it was
She
her.
grabbed her daughter and her niece who were fighting.
Oh.
And like went outside and fucking like slapped them up a bit, fucking told them to chill the fuck out, and separated them, and then came back in.
Jesus, man.
Shit was wild. I was like, ooh, okay.
Hey!
Yeah.
Y'all don't do that over there.
You don't say that. Yeah, shit was crazy. And then like there's been some other shit. Like I've tattooed when I worked in San Pedro, I tattooed like gang members. So there was like some weird shit there, you know, like
As far as what?
I tattooed
just run out right after the tattoo or what?
No, I just tattooed this one kid and he like pulled his gun out and put it on the station because it was like gonna fall out of his pants pretty much. Shit like that. And that's when shit gets kind of real, you know, you're like, all right, as long as you don't shoot me, dude. Like, cool, you know? Stuff like that.
Hey, was he a cool guy? I mean,
He was chill, yeah. I did the tattoo, he paid me.
He's like, man, you're fucking hurting me, dog.
Yeah.
Put this fucking... yeah.
Exactly, nah, he was cool. He was,
Did he tip?
no.
But you didn't mind.
I was just, I'm not going to fucking ask this fool for a tip, you know? Like, whatever. Just
fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, just get the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
you know? It's all good with me. As long as I don't get shot or robbed, I'm good, you know?
What kind of gun was it?
That was a Glock.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was definitely enough to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially at close range. It just would have fucking blown my head off, so.
That was just crazy.
Yeah. So definitely something I wanted to avoid.
Any fights that you've been inside the shop?
No, not really. There's been a couple like clients here and there who like kind of pissed me off and I have to like stop tattooing and just like be real with them for a minute.
Like mid-tattoo?
Yeah.
What would they say to you?
They're just like saying some weird shit. Like there was this one guy who was saying some like kind of lewd shit to a girl that was getting tattooed across the room.
Yeah.
And I like stopped. I literally turned off my power supply and I like put my machine down. And I kind of grabbed his arm. I'm like, hey, bro, like this isn't the fucking place for that. This is a safe place for everybody. I don't fucking appreciate you doing that. And if you keep doing that, I'm going to fucking kick your ass out of here. And you're going to fucking pay me still full price for the tattoo. So you can either shut the fuck up and we can finish this tattoo or you can get the fuck out. Your call. And then it was like, all right, like I'll chill. I don't fucking play that shit, you know? It's like, it's not cool.
Yeah. I mean, you stared me dead in the eyes right now when you said that.
Oh, yeah.
And I just got chills, man. It's like,
yeah. I mean, a tattoo shop is a safe haven for everybody. There's no judgments. There's no politics.
it's not safe if you don't like needles.
Yeah. Well, if you have a phobia, you shouldn't be in a tattoo shop in the first place.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, though? It's like, it's a safe place for anybody of any kind. There's no politics. There's no sexism, racism, homophobia, none of that shit. It's not welcome.
I agree. And that should be for like just any place in general.
It should be, for sure, but unfortunately that doesn't exist. But we try to keep it that way in our shop, you know, everywhere I've worked, and even now the place I work now, we try to keep it like that. It's very safe and very fluid for everybody.
What was the shop you said again? It was
Tiger Rose Tattoo.
Tiger Rose.
Pismo Beach.
For some reason I was going to say Desert Rose. But
Desert Rose. That'd be a good one for a shop in the desert, like Palm Springs, you know?
Maybe. It's probably already out there.
I'm sure it is.
But Tiger Rose.
Tiger Rose is
pretty
tight.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
What's the logo look like?
I'm wearing the shirt, actually.
Just like that right there?
Yeah, there's not like really a logo. We got like the windows painted and shit like that.
Tiger Rose like that. Pismo Beach.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a big tiger in the shop, and like there was one on the window, but one of our windows recently got kind of broken, so we had to replace the glass.
Is your guys' preferred food Frosted Flakes? No?
Tony the Tiger? No, pretty much the tattooer diet's a pretty shitty one.
Mm-hmm.
We eat a lot of junk food during the day.
Really?
Oh yeah, you get pretty fat working this job.
Why? Because there's so much time to kill?
Yeah, you're just like, no, not time to kill. It's like you're like on your ass all day, so you're not really moving around too much. And then like, especially if you're busy, you just like try to get the most convenient fast food.
That's where I would think you have more back problems, right? Because you're like, you're bent over and kind of slouched in a certain angle for hours.
All day. Yeah.
That fucking would fuck you up so bad. I remember seeing
does.
those tattoo competitions like on TV.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Those shows, yeah. Some of them are shit, but I remember there was a pretty good one before it got all popular where they started doing those.
Yeah.
Getting people in, like when it was actual shops.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one dude on there. I don't remember his name, but I remember he had back problems. Like he couldn't tattoo anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
just from being and his art was fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, my mentor right now has had like his second spine surgery. because of years of tattooing. And right now I'm actually like in the process of trying to like correct my posture while I work. So I'm trying to avoid that because my back already kind of hurts anyways.
I wonder if there's maybe a different way, different like table or whatever seat for the client, and then a different seat for you in general that could like that could better the angle that you, or more like ergonomically be somewhat better for you for longevity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, somewhat there is, but it's mainly just all about your positioning and your posture, the way you have the client, because it has to be. It's kind of weird. Like depending on the part of the body, it has to be a certain position for the client, and it has to be a certain position for you to be able to comfortable for you. And I've come to find that if I have people elevated a little bit higher, it helps my back because I don't have to lean down as much. But then my shoulders get kind of fucked up because my shoulders on my hands are like pretty much up at like a, pretty much at the same width as my shoulder.
What about like hanging over the person or something like that? If you're like able to have like some sort of harness on you, like what? Like no. I'm being for real. Like could you really? You think that could potentially be some way to alleviate? It
probably would, but then my neck would be all out of whack because my neck would be like this. There's no really like.
There's no solution.
There's no solution. Yeah, it's mainly. I mean, I've been going to a chiropractor for a while now, and he's kind of like.
You take breaks though, like during the tattoo, maybe, or.
I'm kind of a workhorse myself, so I don't take breaks unless I really feel like I have to.
Shouldn't it be something that's like every 15 minutes, kind of.
No, I try to like
move your back a little bit.
So what I normally do is I'll do like all the line work and shading in one sit, just like consistent. And then if there's color involved, then I'll fucking take a like little breather for a minute, kind of like extend my back out for a second, stretch my arms out, and then I'll pour the color and I'll tell the client the same thing. Like if you want to walk around for a little bit, get some blood flow back in your legs or arm, whatever, like do so, drink some water and then get back to it.
Yeah, I'd like. They encourage you eating like chocolate or something like that,
like some sort of anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, something sweet.
Yeah,
kind of help.
A little sugar.
Yeah,
definitely.
I haven't gotten tattooed in years, man. It's probably been over 10 years.
Shit. Well, we gotta fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Give you something fresh,
I know. Probably this arm. Maybe right here on the forearm or.
That'd be good.
The inner bicep.
Yeah,
there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room everywhere.
Yeah, you have a lot of real estate, man. You got plenty of stuff.
Claim your stake, bro. maybe I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Figure it out, man. You look good.
Yeah, man.
What else you got for me, brother? What as far as like another wild story?
Oh man, there's a million, man. I mean, like just like. Going to strip clubs and spending shitloads of money, drinking till like the crack of dawn, tattooing in fucking random people's houses like for fun or like hotels, shit like that. I don't know. There's endless amounts.
Yeah,
it's come to that point where like now it's like, especially when I go on the road, I just expect something to happen. Like it's just something's gonna come out of it because that's kind of like the way like we all live. Like,
do you look forward to it?
I love it. Yeah. I always look forward to it. It's an adventure. I make friends in different states and cities and countries, and we all have that common similarity where we enjoy what we do, and we also like having fun while we do it. So it's like after hours when we're off work, let's go out, let's have some dinner, let's fucking party a little bit.
Speaking of which, we should.
Some din.
Should probably go grab some Thai food right now, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm down with that.
Let's go get some. Pack the shit up. Let's go. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Tomorrowman Podcast. Thank you, Dylan Tyler.
Thank you, and that's it.
That's it. you.